Alright guys, let's go ahead and log in and let's make this note area look a little bit better. So what I'm going to do is look at the glyph icon. So I'll just look up bootstrap glyph. Well, it typed it in for me, glyph icons, and down here we have glyph icons, and what I want to do is have an icon to edit. So let me see if there is an edit. There we go. There's a pencil with a square or a pencil. So I'm going to use icon pencil for my edit. So let's go ahead and open our project up, and that's actually going to be under the JavaScript dashboard template. And I'll scroll down to Note, and let's see where it says edit. Just look for your anchor tag where it says edit, and it's a little bit hard to read. I'll move over. So I class equals icon pencil, then close your little I tag. Okay. And like we had in our to-do, we had a wrapper for our icons. So we did a span class of options around those. I'll copy that. And let's see where our options. We have a pencil, so we have a title and our pencil. So I'll add options here, and there's an edit container. I'll just paste this in and let's close the span tag. Like that. Okay. And I'll go ahead and refresh. And there we have the pencil icon. Okay, and let's try to make this form similar to this guy up here. So here's our edit container. Here's our actual edit field. So what I'm going to do is look at the actual HTML by going to Views, Dashboard View, and here's the form for the create note, and I'm just gonna copy all the insides of the form. Okay, that's all we need, and the class for the form is form-horizontal. So let's go ahead and add form-horizontal to it. And within here, I'm just going to paste in what I copied, and it'll break the JavaScript, but we'll fix it. And I'll just copy output. And for our input, whoops. And notice I'm using single quotes because in HTML, most of the time you'll be using double quotes, and then we won't have a problem. Okay, there's text area. So what I'm going to do is make sure that I don't remove anything that we need. So we have a input class of title with a name of title. Here's a name title, and we could add class titles so that we're consistent. Okay, so I can delete that. And we have a hidden input, and I'll just I could really leave it here. Content has a class of content. I'll paste that there. And then we have our submit and save. I think I'll put this hidden guy right below the form. Okay. And then we have a clear fix, a text area, and we didn't change the buttons yet. So let's see, we did button success to create, and looks like it's right there. So the submit button here, save, we can just delete that line and change this to, well, let's change it to update. And there's also a cancel button in this instance, so I think I'll cut that out and move it inside that div container. And class is no edit cancel, and we'll just make the class button. Now, I don't recall perfectly about the traversing, meaning we might have selected something like with the class of title inside the form. So if we had a jQuery selector of form.title, it wouldn't work because it's now nested in this div, because it really looks like this. If I were to tab it out, see form no longer has really a title. It still might work. That's why it's oftentimes better to use IDs for the most part. So cancel works. I'll type test2, and it looks like it updated. If I edit it, it populates it correctly. Okay. And we can preview it. So what I'm going to do with this also is we're going to add some padding like we have over here. It looks a lot nicer, and then we'll move the icons over to the right as well. So let's take a gander at what we got here. We have a list note and we have divs. So it's pretty similar to the CSS we did for the to-dos. So I'll just go to list to do. I'll do the same thing for list note. I'll do the same thing for list note div, the children. Okay, and we'll do the same thing for the list note div hover. Okay, I'm actually gonna move this guy up here because it kind of goes in line with these divs. Okay, and let's do the same thing for the list note span dot options, and same thing for this, and change this to list note. Now you may prefer to put things on a separate line like this. It may be easier to read. The way you do it is just your call. I think I'll do it because it is kind of easier to read. Okay. Let's see what else we have. Create note, create to do. And for the options anchor hover, I'll just comma, whoops, and change this to list note. Okay, and let's see the damage we've done. I refresh, and these are padded out a lot more nicely. And this is over here to the side. That looks pretty nice. You can tell a little more what we're editing. Cancel.